let me show you how to 3D print. You're watching this video just because probably you want to know how to 3D print, so you can make something like that, like that, maybe even like that. Maybe you want decoration for your house. Maybe you need a tool. Maybe you want a small house 3D printed with wood. Maybe a JDM key hanger. First, you will need a 3D printer. Depending on your budget, it will dictate what printer you can get. You can get something like that, that's 100 euros, just a simple printer. Get something like that, which is a Snapmaker, which is cost more than 1000 euros. You can get the best choice for a beginner, which is a Creality Ender 3, that costs around 300 euros. Between 200 and 500, you have a good budget to buy a good printer. You can buy them used. I don't recommend because you do not know what has been done to the printer. I recommend buying them new. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend the Creality Ender 3 or like something like that I have. This is a Creality Ender 5 Pro. Very easy to assemble. There's tons of parts and upgrades for them. And there's a tons and tons of videos that you can see if there's a problem. And there's a lot of groups that may help you if you have an issue or something else. If you bought a printer, you will need a filament. Usually the Creality or most of the printers probably will come with a little bit of filament, maybe 250 grams. But of course, you will want to purchase more. So you will have to buy, of course, a filament. This is wood filament that I'm printing. But there is tons of different filament, different colors, different applications. There is carbon fiber, there is TPU, PATG. It depends what you want to use them, but I highly recommend starting with PLA just because PLA is easy to print and it will be a good learning curve for you to figure it out your printer with a 1 kilo of filament PLA. As you can see, the price may vary. It depends. PLA usually goes around 20 euros per kilo, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. It depends on colors and depends on, there is some variation of PLA like PLA Tough, which is a little bit more durable than the normal PLA. So I recommend starting with PLA. Use the whole spool to print something, so you will know your printer and you will figure it out how to do something. Because after you get your printer, you will need a slicer. When it comes to slicer, Creality and probably most of the printers will give you a USB stick that will have the slicer on. But if you want something more advanced, I recommend Ultimaker Cura. It's easy to use. It has tons of options, different options. But you don't need to get it to the option. You just do the preset settings for your printer, like an Ender 3. They already have saved settings. After you figure it out your printer, you can always adjust temperatures, walls, or whatever. And of course, after you slice it, you will need to get a model to slice. So there is many different websites that you can get, like Thanks.com, which has millions of models, 15 millions of models. At the printables.com. Of course, we have Cults.com too. One of the most popular Thingiverse, when you can download million and million of models. Or if you have the skills, you can always design your own model, your own parts or whatever you want, and then you can print them. After you have all that, you have your printer, your filament, your slicer, and your model. You load it to your USB SD card, insert it to your printer, and you start printing. Of course, you will need to level your bed before start printing it. So Creality usually will show you how in the instruction. Usually you just take a piece of paper and you fill each corner and then you adjust with those adjusters down there, and then you will start printing. Of course, you may have issues in the beginning with the bed leveling, but usually you can figure it out pretty fast. You can see some YouTube videos how to level properly, but usually as long as you level it each corner separately with a piece of paper or a filler if you have, you should be fine. Then from then you can adjust. Owning a 3D printer probably is one of the best decisions that you can make. Either you are a car mechanic, a cosplayer, a model maker, or just a all-around DIY. For sure, like every 3D printer, you will have a lot of failed prints, but that's the part of it. As long as you don't waste too much material, you will be fine. And that's it. Basically, it is a very easy to 3D print. A printer, a spool of filament, slicer, your model, And there you go. So this is my opinion of how to 3D print. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and I hope I will see you in the next one.